Hi, namaste. My name is Ruki. I'm a yoga and neuroscience educator. And if you're here, chances are it's happened. Yoga got you. Maybe not right away. Maybe you stumbled into your first class looking for a bit of a stretch or a workout. But slowly, something started to shift. Undeniably, you were changing. Your body was opening. Your mind was softening. And for the first time in a really long time, you felt more centered, grounded, a little closer to home. And this shift, well, it was powerful enough to make you want to share this practice with everybody, so you signed up for a teacher training. Maybe you even went to India to connect with yoga's tradition over there. You learned some sequencing, some modifications, cueing. Maybe you even learned some Sanskrit. But somewhere along the way, deeper questions started to arise. For example, what was that crazy sensation I had during Yoga Nidra? How come one session of pranayam can reset my energy for the full day? Or how come some of these postures really feel like therapy? If you've ever teared up in Baddha Konasana, you know exactly what I mean. There's a lot more going on than just external hip rotation and spinal flexion. This practice is profound, and scientists are actually figuring out why. The problem here is that there's a big gap between research and real-world teaching. Most TTCs teach you what to teach: asana, pranayama, meditation. And while that's extremely important, they rarely explain why these practices work the way that they do. How does movement, breath, stillness change your biology, change your chemistry, change your wiring so much so that you walk out of class a different person than when you walked in? These questions wouldn't leave me. For over 6 years, they followed me because yoga had changed me profoundly. That's why I got hooked to the practice in the first place. It's what led me to sign up for a teacher training, and then another, but again and again, I didn't get the answers that I was looking for. So I went down a rabbit hole, a really deep one, and honestly, I still might be in it. I needed to understand why I was doing what I was doing. I didn't want to follow blindly. I wanted to know how to tailor the practice to me. And as a teacher, I wanted to do the same for my students, to adapt the practice to their individuality in a way that is both intuitive and informed. I was searching for the understanding as well as the language to articulate what the practices were actually doing to me. Whether someone was a spiritual seeker or a science-minded skeptic, I wanted to meet them where they were and speak with clarity and confidence. So I pursued a master's in neuroscience. I worked in labs. I studied with brain imaging techniques like EEG, MRI. I learned how to design experiments, how to analyze papers, how to critically evaluate claims. I read hundreds of academic papers, many medical textbooks, even the classic self-help books. I devoured podcasts. I devoured courses online, and I still do all of these things. But soon I realized that science was not the full story. So I went the other way. I moved to India. I visited ashrams, I sat in satsangs, I studied with various masters from different lineages, and I shared what I was learning along the way. Over the last 6 years, I researched, I integrated, and I simplified. I cut through the jargon, I broke down the complex into the fundamentals, and what I discovered is this: that the missing link in most yoga teacher trainings isn't just a deeper exploration of the nervous system, it's also an understanding of how this system connects to the yogic model of the self. Because in a mind-body practice, anatomy isn't just muscles and bones. Yoga was never just about postures. It's a method. It's a map of the mind and body. And today, modern science is finally giving us a common language to explain what ancient yogis have known for centuries. When you begin to view yoga through the lenses of both modern neuroscience as well as yogic philosophy, you gain something priceless: a clear, integrated framework, one that helps you understand yourself and then how different yogic practices affect your mind and body. When you bridge these two worlds, generally everything changes. You start perceiving the shapes we make in asanas as energetic circuits. You perceive the breath as a lever. You perceive the practice as a potent tool for nervous system regulation as well as profound inner transformation. So, if you've ever felt this gap, I know yoga works, but I can't explain how, then you are not alone. You're not doing it wrong, you're just missing the map. And this is exactly what I'm going to offer you in this 3-part mini-series. This video was mainly just about me and my journey, but in the next video, we'll explore how yogic philosophy and modern neuroscience are not in conflict, but in conversation. That was video 1. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one.